Today, we will have a presentation or report about animal cells and the various shapes of cells. And the reporter will be me, Lani J. Valencia, Ramon, Julian, Mateo, Steves, and Asido. So let's begin with cheek cells. Cheek cells is a tissue that lines up inside our mouth and it composed of squamous epidermal cells. Because as you can see, the shape is like a flat and irregular shapes. And next, smooth muscle cells. This is a muscle that has no striations and have only one nucleus, and his shapes like spindle shapes. And next, the two types of blood cells. First, this is erythrocytes or red blood cells. It can carry oxygens from lungs back to our body, and whose shapes is like an biconcave. And next is a leukocytes, which is a white blood cells that can help our body to fight infections and other diseases. And the shapes is like a disc.
Hello guys, good evening. Pyramidal relating to coordinating a chunk of motor nerves within the pyramid of the medulla oblongata. Function provide voluntary control of muscular movement. Location, cobral context. Example is the hippocampus. Multipolar, having several poles. Function allowing for the integration of a great deal of information from other neurons. Location, the central nervous system, brain and spinal cord, and in automatic ganglion. Fusiform, form like expander. Function, higher processes of visual information including the identification and differentiation of objects. Location, an, on a basal surface on the occipital and temporal lobe. Example, a body shape common to many aquatic animals characterized. Ganglion cells. Function. The final output nervous on the vertebrate retina. Location. Projection neurons on the vertebrate retina. Example. Its most common types of ganglion cells are called Miglet cells, parasol cells, and bestatified cells. Polygonal cells. Simple coalescence like motopology with high rates of replication. Function. They exhibit an elaborate motopology consisting of cell body, primary processes, and root processes. Location, outer layer of skin. Example, Scopomis, Drosophila, Enopus, Hydra, and Analogies. Next, stellate are quiescent fibroblasts. Function, the rebel with an ability to respond to injury and heal certain types of damage. Location, the space of this between the sinusoidal endothelial cells and hepatic epithelial cells. Example, inhibitory and nervous.
Hey, I'm April Mihulian, the reporter for today, and I will discuss about spherical, circular, and thread-like. First, spherical. Agogus is any bacterium or archaeon that has spherical ovoid or generally round shape. Bacteria are categorized based on their shapes into three classes: spherical shape, rod shape, and spiral shape. Next, circular. Some animals have muscle because slugs, worms, and many other invertebrate species lack a skeleton. They cannot move through lever action. Even vertebrates have body sections with muscles, but no skeletal structure. For example, the tongue. Many soft-blooded creatures have muscle systems that are based on the idea of basic worm-like species. Longitudinal muscle fibers transverse the length of the body, while circular muscles fibers encircle it. The contents of the body are liquid or tissue that can be distorted into various shapes while maintaining their volume when longitudinal muscles contract and the body shortens. The body must broaden to accommodate the increased length. And last, thread-like. Flagellum plural flagella, hair-like structure that acts primarily as an original and locomotion in the cells of many living organisms. Flagella characteristics of the protozoan also occur in the gametes of algae, fungi, mosses, slime molds, and animals. Flagellar motions possess waters currents necessary for respiration and circulations in sponges and coenterics, most motile bacteria move by means of flagella. The structures and patterns of movement of prokaryotic and eukaryotic flagella are different. Eukaryotes have one-to-many flagella which move in a characteristic sweep-like manner. The flagella closely resemble the cilium in structure. The core is a bundle of 9 pairs of microtubules surrounding 2 central spheres of microtubules, the so-called 9 plus 2 arrangement. Each microtubule is composed of the protein tubulin. The coordinated sliding of these microtubules confers movement. The base of the flagellum is anchored to the cell by a basal body.
Epiderma. Cuticle in plants' leaves, epidermal cells are located on the upper and lower part of the leaf, where they form the upper and lower epidermis. The cuticle, however, is located on the upper epidermis for the most part. Bone cells. Bone cells work in harmony to maintain a balance between bone formation and proportion, ultimately to control bone structure and function.
Hello everyone, I'm Virgiline and I am here to give you some information about muscle cell, nerve cell, and stomach lining. First is muscle cell. It is known technically as myocyte. It is a specialized animal cell which can shorten its length using a series of motor proteins specially arranged within the cell. While several associated proteins help actin and myosin form thick and thin filament which slide past each other to contract small units of muscle cell. It is cylindrical in shape. Next is the nerve cells, also known as neuron. It is spider web in shape. The role of nerve cell is to receive information from cell and transmit this information to other cells. For additional information, my dear classmates, the human brain contains about 86 billion nerve cells. Last is the stomach lining. The stomach is lined with simple columnar epithelium along its gastric fold. Deep pits, also known as gastric pit, form gastric gland in stomach's mucosa. Gastric gland contains 3 types of secretory cells: mucous cells, Schiff cells, and parietal cells. Secretion from these cells form gastric juice.
Good day everyone. Today we're going to discuss about the white blood cells, sperm cell, egg cell, and kidney tubules. So first is white blood cells. White blood cells is also known as leukocytes. It's begin in the bone marrow in a process called hematopoiesis. So here are the different types of white blood cells. We have here the neutrophils, who first to respond to bacteria or a virus. Lymphocytes and fight infection by producing antibodies. And eosinophils is also known for their role in allergy symptoms, while basophils is also known for their role in asthma. And the last one is monocytes, who clean up the dead cells. So sperm cell. Sperm cell is divided into 3 parts: head, middle piece, and tail. In the head, we found here the nucleus and acrosome. In the middle part, there is a mitochondrion and the plasma membrane in the tail. So the function of sperm cell is to reach the ovum and fuse with it to deliver 2 subcellular structure. First is the male pronucleus that contains the genetic material, and the centrioles that are structures that help organize the microtubule cytoskeleton. So egg cell. The function of the egg cell is to carry the set of chromosomes contributed by the female and create the right environment to enable fertilization by the sperm. So here are the parts of human egg cell or ovum. So we have here the nucleus, cortical granule, cytoplasm, corona rogata or follicular cells, and the zona pellucida or the jelly coat. So kidney tubules. The function of kidney tubules is to return needed substances to your blood and remove waste. A blood vessel runs alongside the tubule. It also removes excess acid from the blood. And as a filtered fluids moves along the tubule, the blood vessel absorbs all the water along with mineral and nutrients which your body need. Thank you guys for watching. God bless.